And then a bonus. 1998 may be a helpful market analog if President Trump kitchen sinks the economy and forces the Fed to control print, control P. So 1998, we saw the S&P 500 crash in the middle of the year in the summertime. Basically crashing basically in 2 months. It crashed in 2 months, and then it recovered the highs in 3 months. And in fact, it was actually up. So it crashed in the summer, recovered the highs by November, by the end of mid-November, and it was up 28% by the end of the year. I think that's a very reasonable, and this is the end of the presentation. I've been talking for a long time. I think that is a very reasonable expectation if President Trump and Secretaries Bessent and Lutnick are actually intending to go through alongside Elon Musk with kitchen sinking the economy to go through that short-term pain for the long-term gain of, kind of wringing the excesses of the fiscal largesse Biden economy out of the system. That, again, going from scenario A, paradigm A to paradigm B, you have to go in the valley. You can't just jump from one mountaintop to the other mountaintop. The other mountaintop's 100 miles away, even though it looks like you can throw a rock at it. You have to go through the valley and to get back to the top. And that's exactly what the 1998 analog suggests we could potentially see here if things get bad. Things may not get bad, by the way. They may not be trying to kitchen sink the economy. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe they don't kitchen sink the economy. Maybe the Fed just control prints anyway. And maybe the China's stepping on the gas and we're off to the races. But guess what? You don't have to live in fear of not knowing the outcome. Just trust Kiss and Dr. Mo will get us into the proper allocations from a medium-term perspective. Is it going to sell the high or buy the bottom? Absolutely not. If that's your expectation, you will be severely disappointed. But if your goal is to stack a series of high probability bets on top of each other for a long period of time so that you retire on time and comfortably, then Kiss and Dr. Mo are the risk management overlays for you. So we'll wrap it up there. Thank you. We'll catch you back here next month. Cheers. And so lastly, we view 1998 as the best analog, as the best market analog where President Trump kitchen sinks the U.S. economy and ultimately forces the Fed to print. So what happened in 1998, we had a very swift crash in the market. We had a retest of the lows a couple of months later, and then we was off to the races. We recovered the highs within 3 months, and we were up, 25% or 28% from the lows of August 31st through the end of the year. But again, we had to crash to get to those lows. And so I continue to think this is the most likely scenario for asset markets is we have to the markets have to acknowledge that we're going from paradigm A to paradigm B. And you don't jump to paradigm B like we talked about a few weeks ago. You have to go, when you're on the mountain on the top of one mountain, you don't jump to the top of another mountain. You go down the mountain, through the valley, and up to the next mountain. And that's our core fundamental belief. And if our core fundamental beliefs are wrong, then Kiss and Dr. Mo will do what they always do, which is say, hey, Darius, we're better at investing than you are. Change your allocations to this. And so just be confident that Kiss and Dr. Mo, no matter what I think is going to happen and what I think is priced in, is irrelevant to the positions that you're going to have in your portfolio, because we ultimately know that Kiss and Dr. Mo are much better than me at predicting where asset markets are headed. And we're really grateful for that. So we'll wrap it up there. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you back here next week. Cheers.